Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Lotus, and today we are back with another Tekken video. For today's video, we're going to be going over the patch notes that just dropped about an hour ago at the time of recording this video, and we're going to be going through all the character changes and talk about the patch overall. Is this a step in the good direction? Is this bad for the game? Let's find out. So, this patch, in my opinion, is fantastic. This is obviously the step in the right direction that we want for the game. No character is going untouched in this game right now. And that to me shows me that the devs are listening and we're sitting here and actually acknowledging things that are broke or that need adjustments and stuff. So, yeah. So, we're going to skim through this patch. I'm not going to go through every individual change. Obviously, I will talk about the characters that had more significant changes than others. So yeah, Alyssa was the first one on here, and you're going to see a trend here going for a lot of characters where chip damage has been reduced by a lot for a lot of characters. Heat Smash. So Alyssa's no different. She received that. She did receive some damage nerfs, as you can see here now. We have down 2-4 has now received a damage nerf from 14 to 24 to not 8 to 20. So yeah, massive damage nerf from a lot of her moves now, which is ideal because this is something that has been complained about a lot, not just from her, but multiple characters in general. Anna's the same thing. She did get a damage nerf during her hammer, during hammer chance, which is now at 30, used to be 36. And a couple other changes, like I said, I'm not going to go through them all. Obviously, if you want to read them, they're right on your screen right here. Asuka, they talked about Asuka for a good amount in this one, so I feel like we'll go over her. She is pretty insane when she came out in Season 2, when it came to her damage. So it said that for the move, forward 3+4 has been significant contributor to increased aerial combo damage when Nanwa Gusto was active. However, rather than lowering the damage, since that would reduce its effectiveness as the ground follow-up, the aerial hit behavior has now been reverted to Season 1's version to maintain its utility. So yeah, as you can see, they've changed some hitboxes on her Heat Smash, and again, another nerf regarding to chip damage. And they did the same thing to some of her other moves that gave her good damage as well. So damage to 30 to 27, and then obviously from one of her stances, I believe that's one of her stances. I don't really know the character like that, so don't judge me. 36 to 30, and then they fixed a bunch of other stuff too. Azucena, one of my day one mains when this game originally came out. They did nerf her again, rightfully so. She did not get to keep the Victor treatment because last patch, like at the beginning of April, she got the Victor treatment where Victor got nerfed on 4-4-4-2 while running 2, and they buffed it by letting him go into EI stance, which made him +5 on block. They did the same thing to Azucena in this patch, where she was able to now cancel into a Libertar stance. So now she's able to do that still, but she's going from +5 to +3 now. She doesn't have no longer the +5. While +3 is still really good, but there's still now more mind games behind it now where your opponent can actually sidestep or make a read if they're going to do something that's not real and shit, you know. Brian got a slight nerf here when it came to his snake eyes. They changed a bunch of stuff here. They reduced recovery time by 3 frames, adjusting the frame advantage on block from +7 to now +4. Again, still very good on block, but now obviously there's more mind games to it now, where if your opponent's going to do something that is not real, you'll be able to sidestep more. You'll be able to press if you think they're going to do a move that's coming out in slower frames. So it's stuff like that where it's just like really, really good. And they made the tracking ability of the second hit now has been enhanced on hit or block for the first hit. They're mitigating their occurrence of whiffing midway through. That's a good change. Claudio, basically no big changes. Claudio's still the same. No really big changes besides up 4-3+4. They've increased the distance between the characters' first hit. Not a massive change, but Clive, I am surprised. Now, I play Clive, and I'm very surprised that Clive is not nerfed in this patch. Clive is very, very strong, and he got away with one, in my opinion. I feel like this character is still really dumb, and they're not really looking at him. Maybe, obviously, next month when we get the bigger adjustments, we're going to see how they handle more characters. So maybe Clive does get nerfed next month, but I think Clive got away with one this patch. Devil Jin, they've changed his charge move, you know, where he like holds his fist and like charges it up to like level 2. It used to be +17 now. Now it's +5. Massive nerf there. But again, Rightfully so. We want to mitigate all the dumb stuff that's in this game and make sure that we have an ability now to have counterplay and have better defense. They've also reduced the tracking on when he holds the charge move, so that's good. And then they've also changed during Morning Crow. They've increased the recovery time by 2 frames, reducing the opponent's recovery by 3 frames now, adjusting the frame advantage from +5 to 0 now. So now you'll be able to press now, which is great, or sidestep, do whatever you want. Dragunov, they really didn't do much by just changing his Heat Smash chip. That's like a universal nerf. Eddie, same thing. I believe Eddie doesn't really get much changes besides the universal nerf. So let's go to the next section here. So that was 2 out of 5. Let's go to the next one, which was 3 out of 5. Yeah. So here we go. So 3 out of 5 now. So Fang received some decent nerfs. Obviously, the one universal one that goes across the board is that they've changed his Heat Smash for chip damage from 9 to 7. Heat Activation, they've changed the attack hitbox on it now, when the opponent is grounded, making it less likely to connect on sidestepping opponents. Really good. And then during Heat 4, 3+4, back 4, 3+4. The opponent's recovery time now when blocking has been reduced by 5 frames. So it used to be +12 on block, now it is +7. Still really, really strong. +7 is still really good, but obviously +12 was insane. Heihachi, massive nerfs to any Heihachi players out there. If you played this character, or you're thinking about playing this character, he got massive nerfs. And this character's damage when he was in Warrior Instinct was insane, so I'm not surprised that they did this, but let's start from the top. During Heat, again, chip damage has been nerfed. Back 4 damage has been nerfed from 27 to 23. While running, what is it, 1+2? Yeah, 1+2, and then you hold forward. This changed the frame advantage on block now from +8 to +6. Not a massive nerf, but that's 2 frames less now. With Warrior Instinct now across the board, all his Warrior Instinct moves that you can see right here have been changed in damage: 30 to 22, 42 to 38, 24 to 20, 17 to 15, 25 to 20. Massive damage nerfs, but Warrior's Instinct kind of needed to be looked at. It was a super, super strong mechanic that he had. Hwoarang, if you don't like this character like I do, I mean, golly, this character is just insane. They did nerf him slightly, but it doesn't really change much of the character. The character's still solid, in my opinion. They've adjusted the Heat Activation hitbox. So this was a thing that Brian had, Hwoarang had. I think Steve had it as well. I don't know how many other characters had it, but the attack hitbox now has been reduced only when the opponent is grounded, making it less likely to connect on sidestepping opponents. So basically, when Hwoarang would pop Heat, you would get that Heat Activation, and if you make a read on it and you would sidestep it, there would be times where that somehow would beat your sidestep still, even though it's not supposed to. And now they fixed it where you'll be able to sidestep it. Chip damage, once again, during Heat got nerfed. During Right Flamingo, during Heat now, the chip damage dealt to an opponent on block was adjusted from 3 to 4 to correct the discrepancy between the move list text and actual behavior. So they buffed his chip a little bit on it, and they changed While Rising 1-4, which it fixes this issue now where opponents attempting to crouch after being hit by this attack were unable to evade during Right Flamingo. So now you'll be able to evade during it now, which is nice. This bitch-made character right here, Jack 8, who just made a top 8 recently at EVO Japan. Again, chip damage nerf on his Heat Smash. Then they changed a bunch of his moves when it came to damage, or 2 of his moves to damage. 40 to 32 and 50 to 32. Massive damage nerfs, man. But we need this. This is the step that we need for the game right now. And then they buffed down 4, 3+4. When you hold it, there's adjusted the moveset so that it can no longer be countered by strong attack reversals or strong parries. Jin, the poster boy himself, has now received some more nerfs. Now, rightfully so. I do think Jin is still very strong. I was testing out his damage before, and the character still has some really strong things about him, but he's not hitting you for insane amount of damage. Like, he's still hitting you in the 90s, which is still really good, but slight damage nerfs means good things for us, right? So now, same first 2 things right here. They changed the attack hitbox on it. So now when you do it, when you see a Jin player do it, you'll be able to sidestep it more effectively. During Heat, they changed the chip damage, and they changed the chip damage on his other Heat Smash that he has, because he has 2 different Heat Smashes if you didn't know. Stand 3, they've changed the damage from 19 to 17, and down 4 to 4 has been changed from 20 to 19. Not a crazy damage nerf, but you can tell, though, if you do play the character, there's a slight damage nerf there. June, They've changed her heat activation again, like everybody else too, where some characters you wouldn't be able to sidestep it, now you will be able to. Her heat smash got nerfed on Chip, and when she's in it, Kazuma Essence is fully charged. They've changed the damage now from 38 to 32. Kazuya received some slight nerfs. They changed his chip as well, and Upward 1, which was a homing attack before, now it is no longer homing, and the damage has been nerfed on it from 20 to 16. So, and they actually, I didn't even know that. They changed the startup of the attack on it from 20 to 21 to 20 frames now. So, if you didn't know, Kazuya's Upward 1 was a homing mid, and now they've completely changed it where if you sidestep right, you'll be able to beat it completely now. During Devil Form, up forward 1 on hit or on block now. They have nerfed this. They have adjusted the behavior on block, so the first and second hits now form a block string. They reduce the opponent's recovery time on block for the second hit by 2 frames, changing the frame advantage on block from -7, to -9. And they've also reduced the input window for the second hit by 4 frames. King didn't really get any adjustments for like any moves or anything. They just gave him the universal nerf. So nothing too special there. Kuma and Panda did get nerfed pretty hard. Again, Chip has been changed. During Heat for both of them has been changed. And they've also changed some recovery on it as well during Heat. The tracking ability against sidesteps now has been reduced. You'll be able to sidestep more often. Some damage nerfs to up 4-2. They've also changed for Kuma and Panda. I think this is during sidestep 1+2. Change the opponent's behavior on block, altering their state from crouching to standing now. The opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 3 frames, and the advantage on block has changed from 0 to -3. Really crazy change right there. That's really good for us now. When transitioning now into hunting, the frame advantage on block has been adjusted from +6 to +3. So overall, lost some plus frames on block and lost some and lost your advantage on hit. So on hit, they used to be 0. Now they're -3. So now it's your turn, and now instead of being +6, you're +3, so now you'll be able to sidestep more and see if they're going to do something super slow. And if they do a move that's slower, then obviously you'll win that trade. And they've also reduced the hitbox as well, which is nice. During hunting, forward 1+2, they've changed the damage from 40 to 30. This is the grab that they have, right? I believe where they eat you and stuff. Used to be 40 damage, now it is 30. And during hunting, down forward 1, the opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 5 frames. And the advantage on block has been changed from -2 to -7. Change the opponent's behavior on hit and counter to prevent the follow-up attacks. And they changed the damage from 27 to 23. Big nerfs to Kuma and Panda if you're a Kuma and Panda player. Let's move on to page 4. Page 4. Lars, the man who went from bottom 5 to top 1, and now he's gotten more adjustments. Lars now, universal nerf to his heat. During heat and dynamic entry 3+4, they've adjusted so that the follow-up attacks no longer occur on block or whiff, aligning the behavior now with that of during dynamic entry 3+4. They've also reduced the distance on block now for down forward 3-3. They've changed during silent entry 1+2. They've increased the recovery on block and whiff by 1 frame, adjusting the frame advantage on block from -13 to -14. Pretty good change there, Matt, and it actually gives you a thing now where you can actually attack him. Now, I've seen a video on Twitter where you can actually interrupt him now during it, which is very huge. Law didn't get no changes. Just got the universal chip damage nerf. By the way, Law also made a top 8 in New Japan. Evo Japan. I said New Japan. I'm thinking of wrestling. In Evo Japan, he made a top 8. Just saying. And people said he was bad. Moving on. Lee got no changes. This character he got nerfed once again, but it's a universal nerf where you'll be able to sidestep his heat activation. Yeah. Leo, this was one character that I was hoping that they would adjust, and thank God they did. So Leo was really retarded in this patch. Excuse my language. Sorry. It was sped, we'll say. But he was super strong and super annoying. And now they've adjusted him where you can actually have more counterplay to him. So again, during heat, universal nerf. Back 2 now has been reduced by 3 frames. So now it used to be -9, used to be safe. Now it is -12. He is punishable now. While running 3, then you hold down to go into one of his stances. Used to be +10, now it is +6, so you have more counterplay now. And during Fobu 3+4, It used to be negative 12. Now it is negative 13. And it used to be +4 on, I think this is on hit. Yeah, +4 on hit. Now it's +2. I believe that's what it's saying on hit because it doesn't say on block here. So you'll be able to sidestep him now too, which is nice during his stance. Leroy. They've changed some chip for Leroy, and they've adjusted the same thing when it comes to his heat activation. They've changed during sidestep 3+4. So the downward size of the hitbox of the first and second hits has been reduced, making it more difficult to connect against opponents in a down state. The opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 2 frames, and the advantage on block has been changed from +5 to +3. So, warranted nerf. During sidestep 3+4, they've also, the following issues have been occurring during the transition into Hermit after an attack has been corrected. Fix the bug where transitioning during Hermit was possible 9 frames earlier than intended. Okay, so they just fixed some bugs that came with it. Lydia, holy shit, this character. This character has been running amok. Like, she's just been, her damage has been insane this patch. And now they gave her the nerf she deserves. So during heat, they changed her chip from 10 to 8. They changed her during her I think that's her heat smash. It's 35 to now 25. During heat, when you hold 1+2 to charge it to level 2, the damage now is, actually no, is that her heat smash? I don't think that's her heat smash. Whatever this is, literally a player. If you know what this is, I don't play the character. So they changed her damage again from 50 to 35. Massive damage nerf. During Heaven and Earth, they've reduced the combo damage scaling after an aerial hit from 80% to 60% now, reducing the damage of subsequent follow-up attacks. Insane. But she needed this nerf. And approach airborne opponents while running 4-3. The damage dealt during the throw animation has been adjusted as follows. So now if you're level 0, there's no change. If you're level 1, there is a change from 26 to 20. Level 2, 36 to 28. Level 3, 50 to 38. So now massive damage nerfs, but rightfully so. Lily, I know Dre's not going to like this one, and I'm a little bit weird about this character because me personally, I don't know if she deserved these damage nerfs, but I didn't think her damage was crazy, in my opinion. But Lily got the universal changes, and then they nerfed her damage on a lot of her moves. 30 to 30. They changed one of her damage on while running 1+2 to 10 to 15 to now 9 to 16. While crouching 1, down for full crouch 1, 25 to 24. They've changed the damage from now her do glide 1-4, 12 to 30 to now 12 to 26. Heat during heat and do glide 12 to 36 now to 12 to 30, and then during do glide 3+4. 6 to 20, now 6 to 19. I don't really know, if I'm being honest. Like, I didn't really have a problem when it came to Lily's damage, but again, I don't play the character, so I don't really know too much about her. Nina, no massive changes, just universal stuff. Paul finally got some changes that he deserved. They've reduced the input window for deep dive now by 6 frames, so it's a lot harder now to just like, or sorry, you have less of an input window to do the move now. It used to be very lenient back then. Now it's not. Deep dive 4, or is it down forward 4? They've changed it from +6 now to +3, and then forward 2, and then I think was up back 2 when you hold it. They just fixed some issues from like frame data on it. So yeah, we have one more page on here, and it's the last page, which is 4 out of 5, or 5 out of 5, and this will be the end of the video, I believe. Yeah, okay. So yeah, let's talk about these last characters. Raven, who just made a top 8 as well. Y'all noticing the trend here? Not a victor in top 8. Just saying. So during heat, universal change, and obviously with the heat activation, universal change. Now, quarter circle forward 1+2 has been changed now from +5 on block to +2, and while rising 3+4 has been changed now from -9 being safe to now -12. Reina, baby girl herself, they changed again universally chip damage to her heat smash. Then they changed a bunch of her damage for some of her moves. 27 to 23. Then we have 30 to 23 when she's during one of her stances, Unsoku stance. I can't speak. During heat and wind god step, 26 to 22 now. And then while rising, 1+4. They've adjusted the move. Oh, it's actually a buff. So they adjusted the move to be executable from a while rising position. Cool. Shaheen. For Shaheen players out there. Oh, by the way, Shaheen did very well at that Evo Japan. Just saying. He didn't make the top 8, but he did very well. showing that the character is still really strong. Just saying. But yeah, Shaheen. They gave him one massive nerf, and it's during sidestep 1+2. It used to be +5 on block, now it is +3, and they've changed the downward hitbox size of the first hit. Now has been reduced, making it less likely to occur to connect with opponents in a down state. I don't think this is a big nerf. +5 to +3 is still really solid. Still gives him frame advantage. Move is still super good. Character's still good. Steven himself. Now this character has been insane. Obviously, if you watch the video that me and Swift made together, there's one move that I so desperately wanted to be nerfed from Steve, and they finally did it. So during heat, back 1+2, the opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 8 frames. So now if you just do it naturally, it used to be +4 on block, now it is +5 when you're in heat. And if you cancel into flicker stance, it used to be +11, now it is +3. Massive change, and it's rightfully so. This character did not need this. Even Swift has said it. Character did not need it. It was just unnecessary, but good. Very good change, Bandai. 112, they buffed it because for some reason it says due to an unintended increase in recovery time, the recovery has been reduced by 4 frames, adjusting the frame advantage on block from 11 frames to -7, or -11 to a -7, and on hit from 0 to +4. So yeah, they buffed it. For some reason, this thing wasn't plus on hit now, so now it is. So that's really good. During Lionheart, they reduced the hitbox size when the opponent is grounded to mitigate unintended hits. Nothing really too crazy. All right, we're on the home stretch here. Victor, our boy, our pride and joy himself, he got hit with a universal nerf. Now, obviously, Victor has gotten hit with a lot of universal nerfs, and he wasn't going to get away with another patch as well. They just reduced the chip damage of his heat smash. I guess. I mean, nobody really uses that heat smash to like chip him out or to like use it for chip, but go right ahead. But yeah, I mean, nothing else happened for Victor. Same thing for Shayu. They really didn't do much to her. They just changed the universal stuff with that. Yoshimitsu, same thing for Yoshi. And Zafina, same thing for Zafina. Not really much change there. So yeah, overall though, because I've been yapping, I love this patch. I don't think we're there yet. The game is not perfect yet. I still think this game is a headache to play from time to time, but this is a step in the right direction. All we've seen from every page that we went over it for this video, all down arrows, and that's beautiful. Everybody's getting nerfed. This is exactly what we need. We need characters to be nerfed so then we can realign them to be on the same level or at least on par with each other. I love it. The devs, Harada and the rest of them, they're doing a great job. Ever since Harada told us now that, hey, yeah, we got the old Tekken dev team back, and from Tekken Tag 2 and Tekken 7. So yeah, we're using them now instead of the newer dev team that they had. You can just tell that they're understanding that their game is going to get better. And give it another month, because they said next month already that we're getting another adjustment patch, which will be buffs and nerfs for all characters, and we're getting an adjustment to defense. I wonder what that change is going to be. I'm hoping that they would increase the Korean backdash speed. That's just me. I really, really hope that they give us more movement options where we can be a lot faster in neutral, where we can actually like use movement to outspace attacks and stuff. That'd be awesome change. But whatever they do, I'm down for it. This is a W patch, one of the best patches that they put out. It's actually crazy to think about, right? That everybody that's in this patch that got nerfed, we're all here cheering, and we're all sitting here and going, "Thank you. You're listening finally. This is beautiful." I'm glad that they did this. This is a step in the right direction. I do think next month is going to be even better for the game. And we're going to get back to Tekken, man. Tekken is going to get into a state where the game is going to be way better to watch from a casual perspective or a competitive perspective. And it's going to become way better to play from a casuals level to obviously them sweaty motherfuckers that are in ranked. But yeah, you guys let me know down below, man. What do you think of this patch? What do you think of everything that was put out today? I like I said, for me personally, I love it. I think it's one of the best patches that they put out. That emergency patch was a step in the right direction, but then this one that they dropped now, beautiful. It really is setting the groundwork for how this game is going to get pushed forward. My only worry right now is that we have Fakuram. Fakuram is coming out, And obviously, I'm very afraid that this character is going to be breaking the game. And I hope they. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope that I'm wrong. That Fahkumram comes into the game and he's not going to break the game. But overall, though, W patch, one of the best patches they put out. Again, let me know down below what you guys think. I would love to hear you guys' comments. I love doing these type of videos because, like I said, we can spark conversations and we can see what we agree or disagree on. Obviously, let's keep it civil because there's a couple people in the last video that I did that think their shit don't stink and that they could just say shit to me and they're going to get away with it. But that's not the case. Obviously, I would delete your comment and obviously I'm going to clap back at you too. So let's keep it civil, please. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter anything. If I have a different opinion than you, it doesn't mean you're wrong. It doesn't mean I'm wrong. It just means that we have different opinions and we view the game differently from different perspectives. From a casual's perspective to a competitor's perspective or from a tourist perspective. We just want to come together and talk about fighting games and talk about how the game can get better. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Once again, let me know what you guys think and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.